First rule of Alien Fight Club, beat the shit out of Owen Harper. Welcome to the Time Treadmill. I'm Ron, and these are my sweaty thoughts about Doctor Who. I'll probably be crucified for saying this, but I've never been a fan of the movie Fight Club. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's well made, it's well directed, filmed. Certainly Brad Pitt and Ed Norton and Helena Bonham Carter are all fantastically talented actors. But in terms of the plot, it's just hyper-masculine bullshit that never really appealed to me. And for that same reason, the Torchwood story Combat doesn't particularly appeal to me. It's just a transparent ripoff of Fight Club with a little bit of other character work laid on top of it. I mean, ultimately, it's just a bunch of bro dudes who have a club where they put themselves in a ring with an alien weevil, and whoever stays in the ring the longest gets the cash. And somehow that makes them feel alive again and masculine and human and whatever, because they're so emasculated by their hyper successful, super wealthy lifestyles, which just, even that is bullshit. But I will own up to the fact that, I'm a girly man who's never been into sports or heavy drinking, partying, womanizing, none of that kind of typical masculine stuff. I'm a Broadway musical kind of guy. My wife is convinced that I was supposed to be gay, and I think she's kind of a little bit convinced that I am gay. And I mean, to a certain degree, I think I am gay, except for the part about not having any interest in having sex with men. But aside from the sexual attraction part, because I'm totally into chicks, and that's not me rationalizing. I think every person has to evaluate the possibility, and I have, and I'm just not into it. But I'm definitely not into all of the hyper-masculine stuff. So on that level, this story just doesn't really work for me. It's a pivotal moment in Owen Harper's character arc. He's completely devastated from having actually fallen in love and having the love of his life walk away from him. And meanwhile, Gwen is trying to come to terms with the fact that she's been having an affair and been keeping secrets from Reese and all of that. And those are great character beats, and I'll give the story all of that. But to me, the truly interesting thing about this story, the truly big bullet item for this story, is that it's actually written by Noel Clarke, who plays Mickey. This is the first story anywhere in the Doctor Who universe to be actually written by someone who was an actor in a major role on the show. And that's pretty dang significant. Now, obviously, Mark Gatiss has written tons of stories, and he's been in several Doctor Who episodes. Definitely one upcoming in the next season that, boy, do I have thoughts about. But no major characters have written episodes until now. And beyond that, Combat marks the first story anywhere in the televised Doctor Who universe to be written by a person of color. And that by itself is a pretty huge milestone. So that's cool, and I'll give it its props for that. And that, for me, wraps it up for Torchwood, at least for a couple of days. Combat aired on Christmas Eve of 2007, I think? 2006, 2007. 2007, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Put the right answer there. Which means the next day, Christmas Day, had the second Doctor Who Christmas story. It also had the premiere of the pilot episode of the Sarah Jane Adventures. So tomorrow I'll be hanging out with the second Doctor and Donna Noble, and then the next day will be Sarah Jane Smith, and then I'll get back to the last two episodes of Torchwood for this season. So kind of a mixy-matchy week. I'll see you tomorrow for Christmas.